Okay everyone, welcome back to some more Long Dark Survival mode. Yes, we are here in the dam, pretty much exactly where we left off. We have all of our goodies lined up in front of us, and what we want to do is get them all back to our base in camp office. So that is what we're going to be doing. We've still got our intestinal parasites affliction, not very much we can do about that. We just need to keep dosing ourselves up every day till it goes away. I was about to sort of say, let's just tool ourselves up and get going, but now I can hear the howling wind outside, so I'm just going to stick my head out the door and just see what it's looking like. Yeah, not ideal travelling weather, I'm not going to lie. Not ideal at all.
Being cold.
Yeah, you've mentioned it. Okay, let's jump inside then. I think what I'm going to do, we'll go down, use the fire barrel. Rather than lighting fire outside, we're going to use the fire barrel that's in here. We know Fluffy's not around. And we'll warm ourselves up, and then we will think about heading out. So, if we go... might just need to break up a couple of crates, actually, just to get some firewood. So, just do that. I have a feeling we may end up overnighting here. Well, I need to drink some water as well. Hang on.
I need to find something to drink.
And there we go, that's that dealt with. So let's go downstairs to the fire barrel, which I'm pretty sure is still lurking in this main turbine hole. Yeah, there it is. There's actually a bit of firewood around it. Okay, so let's get a fire. Well, let's take the charcoal first off. Let's get a fire going. Might as well use our fire striker, increase our chance of this working.
Come on, little fire.
Hopefully this will work. There we go. Okay, so let's add a bit of fuel. I'm going to use my reclaimed wood, so it's quite heavy. I'll leave a fair chunk of it behind, to be perfectly frank. And we want to make some water using the recycle can. So I'm going to make a litre of water. I'm going to completely... Let's just pass time until it's done.
God, eat soon.
Okay. We're going to need some food as well. I don't know what food we're carrying. I can't remember. Oh, not a lot. Plenty of cattail stalks. I think food is going to become our biggest problem. So we are quite short of food. Okay, well, we've warmed ourselves up. We're still in daylight. Let's just pick up the 2 cans. So I've possibly done a little bit of an overkill on that fire there, but I can grab a torch from it, but quite honestly, by the time I get upstairs, the torch will have gone out, so there's probably no point. Let's head back up then. Hopefully the weather's calmed down a bit. And we can get ourselves going. So what we've basically done, a little bit of a fire, just warmed ourselves up, replenished the water that we drank, just so that we are still carrying enough water. It's quite an important thing. Food's going to become our biggest problem, but hopefully we can start doing some hunting fairly soon. Okay, so this is going to make us pretty smelly to those there wolves. I'm going to pick up all of this gut, and all of these saplings as well, and I think we are not encumbered, which is good. I was expecting to have to do that in 2 trips, so that's pretty cool. So in theory we won't even have to come back to the dam, but it's probably worth us being here. We've got plenty of firewood, fire starting materials. What I think I will do though, thinking about it, actually I'll leave it in here. Just in case I end up here in a sort of a really bad way, And I desperately need to get a fire going. I'm just going to leave behind a few bits of firewood and some matches and some tinder. Basically that gives me enough to just get a fire going if I need to. Oh, I have some rather ominous music playing. Let's pop our heads out and see what we look like. Let's forget. Oh god, it's got even worse. There is me hoping things would get better, and they really haven't. Although the temperature is alright where I'm standing, I can't see where I'm going, so that's not going to get me very far. Okay, let's jump back inside. Okay, bear with me then. We're going to have to go through until things have cleared up a bit before we can head back to camp office. Okay, well, I've had a little bit of a wander around the town, just killed a bit of time, but I have realised that I have done a colossal stupid... I do this a lot. I don't know if anyone's noticed. I do colossal stupids quite a bit, but I've forgotten my bedroll. I haven't got my bedroll with me. I just haven't got it. So I can't sleep, and there are no beds in the dam. So my plan was to sleep overnight and hopefully it'd be clear in the morning, and then we could make our way back. But I haven't got a bedroll, so we're going to have to make our way to the trailers. It's our only option. However you slice it, we're going to have to get to the trailers, and hopefully then we can sleep overnight, and then it'll clear up. So, oh, well, it's cleared up anyway, and temperature's actually quite nice. Okay, well, let's get going then. Hopefully we won't fall foul of fatigue on our trek back to camp office. Obviously we are quite smelly, we are attractive to the walls, we are 2 of 3 scent bars, so we're going to be attractive to the wolves. So we're going to have to be a bit cautious. I have got the revolver, which I keep forgetting that I've got. Although I think I've only got 2 shots left. I always tend to shut that. Oh, actually, no. Let's leave it open. And then if I'm being chased by a wolf, I have somewhere I can run to. Tell you what, carrying this revolver does make me feel a little bit more cavalier. Probably just charge, regardless of what might be around. Playing Wintermute, because obviously I've just finished my Wintermute playthrough. If you've seen that. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, where is it? Where is it? I don't know where it is. I have a wolf, but I don't know where. I could be running into it for all I know. Okay, this is the way we want to be going. I'm just going to go for the brave Sir Robin, I think. We'll just run away. She had quite a long sprint there. I think we've outrun him. So hopefully we're alright, although we have worn all of our sprint out. So I'm hoping we don't find anything else nasty between here and camp office. Probably will, knowing my luck. It's still a little bit of a trek. Okay, well there's a deer standing around, so that's usually a good sign that we're not going to encounter anything. Yeah, so I finished my Wintermute playthrough, and of course playing Wintermute is a little bit easier. It's not as big a challenge. The difficulty settings are a little bit lower, so you don't have to worry quite so much. Ooh, I've fatigued enough to become encumbered. Be a little bit careful. Yeah, Wintermute, the difficulty is just a little bit easier than Stalker mode in survival, so I've got a little bit cavalier in my approach. I'm just tending to charge into situations I probably should be a little bit more cautious about. Okay, I've got some rabbits. I did originally lay some snares, but I came back and they were ruined, so I sort of haven't bothered again since. Well, I haven't been able to be fair, because I found that snare somewhere, and I haven't had the materials to make one, so we shall come and do that. We need rabbit pelts for our couple of our craftable items that we want to try and make, so we're going to have to come try and get some rabbits. useful food as well. So I think what we're probably going to do is use the gut that I have with me to make a couple of snares, and then we'll possibly come over here. Either over here, well, it's either here or over to Trapper's Cabin, so I'm not quite sure the best approach, to be honest. This is a good place for rabbits, and Trapper's Cabin obviously is a good place for rabbits as well. But I'm not sure which is going to be the best. I mean, this is probably closest to Camp Office, but Trapper's Cabin, there is obviously the cabin there that we can sort of live in for a little bit while we're over that way. So, whereas here, if we come out, we're going to have to come out and go back all in one go. Okay, so we're now out on the lake. Skirt around the edge of the lake. You do get wolves around here, but not quite so many at this end of the lake. If you've seen the game before. If you haven't and you're new to the game, welcome. Drop back to the beginning of the playlist if you want to see what it's all about. On that note, actually, I have been rewriting my tutorial and guides for The Long Dark, because I did write a whole load of them, and then they announced the major update when the redo came out, so they kind of rendered a little bit null and void. I had to start all over again, so I'm very close to getting those written up, and hopefully I'm going to do unlike the ones I've done previously, I'm going to do some kind of short, sharp ones, just very, very focused, just helping new players and hopefully some experienced players as well who are just getting a little bit more advanced into the game, how to do things, how things work, and all that good stuff. So hopefully that will come in helpful for some people's. That's certainly the plan. Okay, here we go then. So we're at Mystery Lake, or the edge of Mystery Lake, back up to Camp Office. I'll tell you what, when you're playing The Long Dark with headphones, you are heightened to every single little sound effect, including the sound of your own boots. It makes you feel like you're being followed all the time. It's quite eerie. Okay, so let's get rid of that, because we don't need that anymore. We're nice and safe now. So, we've got a whole load of stuff. Well, we've got a deer hide that's already curing in here. So let's add the others to the pile. Oops, and we've obviously got all that gut, which is at various different stages of curing. So let's sort all that out, because we've got some curing gut. Oops, up here as well. So I'm just going to stack all that up on top of the counter, just so we know where it is, and lose it. Wolf pelt, I'm just going to pop there. I like to make things neat and tidy. Yeah, want to be organised. Well, that way we can see what we've got. I like to lay things out on the ground, because it really does help me see what I've got. Stuff I'm carrying around, so that I know what I've got in my base. Okay, there we go. So we've got 3 deer hides and 1 wolf pelt at various points in the curing process. Now, I'm pretty sure I have got some more stuff lurking around. The only problem I've had, because it's been such a long time, I can't remember. I know I had some stuff at the dam. I think I've brought everything over that I had in Trapper's Cabin. I don't think there's anything over there. I'm just trying to think if I left anything in any of the trailers. I may have left some stuff in one of the trailers. I honestly can't remember. So it might be worth us sort of looping back round that way. But we're going to have a think about food. That's going to be our next thing we need to think about. Have I got a sprain risk? Am I really that tired? Apparently I am. Okay. Now my other big question is, where's my bedroll? Where have I left that? I've left my bedroll somewhere and I don't know where it is. I don't know what have I done with that? I know it's not. I mean, I have got another one here, so it's not the end of the world. I have got
Nobody
one.
needs this anymore.
It's not in great condition. Now, I did think maybe it's degraded, it's run out of condition, but I don't think it was that low. But anyway, so we are now back in Camp Office. I am sort of trying to decide what to do next, in all honesty. I think Well, first off, I'm going to need to sleep overnight. We're going to have to get ourselves through to the following morning, and then I'm going to have a think about where to go next. Okay, well, welcome back to another morning in the long dark. Yes, I've gone through the night. I've done my normal trick of sort of getting a fire going quite early on, just so that we can, well, cook up some water and get ourselves ready for the day and do all of our warming stuff. I'm actually going to see, ooh, which one of these is the one we need? Anti-inflammatory painkiller. It's going to be that one. So let's heat up that reishi tea, because then we can deal with two of our little issues in one go. We can get ourselves a warming drink, some calories, and of course our daily treatment that we need for our affliction. So we're actually in pretty good shape. Let's just drink some water. And I think I have found a way out of our slight food issue. Fishing. I'd forgotten we actually have some fishing tackle downstairs, so I've been and grabbed it. I've got it in my inventory, and I think I am going to go fishing. So let's just stack up the spare water here. I also need to get some firewood as well. So this is two sort of kind of housekeeping jobs. I'm running very low on firewood, so housekeeping jobs that we need to do. So let's go and sort out some fishing and then some firewood. So we've still got some reclaimed wood and things that we can grab, although I think we need reclaimed wood to make the snares. I don't think you can actually make snares from anything other than reclaimed wood. So we need to make sure we keep some reclaimed wood for that, so that we can make snares. So hopefully we're in pretty good shape. Let's head out then. I've got my fishing tackle, and I've got some wood to be able to make a little fire with in one of the little fishing huts. So that, I think, is where I'm going to go. I'm not too bothered about the weather. I'm not exactly going very far. I'm trying to find one of the fishing huts with a door on it. I can never remember which ones have got doors and which ones don't. Oops. We'll head to that first one, I think. Not a million miles away. And we're going to fish. And hopefully we'll be able to catch some pretty good fish. The longer you can do it for, the more likely you're going to catch them. But obviously you do have the percentage probability that your fishing line is going to break, which is why I've got a couple of them. So if one of them breaks, I can just load up another one. So that's the trick when you're fishing. If you're fishing in the long dark, it's a good way to get food actually. But you need to have multiple fishing tackle with you, because there is a percentage chance that it will break. And you need to try and have a good long fishing session, so a good few hours if you can. Okay, this one doesn't have a door. Actually inclined. Has the other one got a door? Has that one got a door? Not sure if it has actually. I think I may have lit a fire outside this one before. Yes, I have, because I'm pretty sure that's the remnants of a fire. Oh no, it's a dead dude. Sorry, dead dude. I thought you were a fire. Okay. I'm sure I've used one with a door before now, but I don't know which one it is. So we might as well just use this one. So there's our ice fishing hole. Take our charcoal. In fact, let's do a little bit of surveying, because we haven't really done much. There we go, so we'll just do a bit of surveying out through the door. So there's the ice fishing huts. So let's get ourselves a fire going in this one. So I'll just use our fire striker cattail and we'll get it going with a stick. I actually don't have that much firewood, so it's going to be quite a short fishing session this. Which just goes against everything I just said as I was walking across about how you need a long fishing session, so I've kind of mucked up a little bit there. I maybe should have done my firewood gathering first, but we are starving, so I need to get some food. This seems like the simplest way of doing that. So all my fire starting skills incrementally gone up. I've jumped up a level. Let's pop that fur on there. And then let's pop some of those sticks on. I've got plenty of... I'm not very far away from my base, so it's not a major issue. Okay, so... I don't know which one to use. I'm just going to use one of those. I don't actually know how long it takes to break the ice, so I'll probably just need to check the duration of my fire once I've done this. There we go. So how long have I got left on my fire? Okay, so I'm going to do a 2-hour fish. So let's do a 2-hour fish. Let's see what we get.
So hungry.
Oh, we got one. We got 2. We got 2. Okay. Well, I'm not going to shake my tail at that. 2 pretty decent sized fish. This is actually something we can come back and do quite regularly, to be fair, so... Looks pretty clear, so let's get ourselves back to camp office. So we're not too far away. I don't think we need to go back out to that one. I think we can use this closer fishing hut. And we can come back and do this quite regularly until our fishing tackle breaks, because once it's broken, the only way to make more is with the forge. And we haven't even thought about that yet. The forge is still an interesting one. The only useful things you can get from the forge are the hooks and the arrowheads. In fact, let me just double check that actually. Yeah, fishing tackle needs hooks. Hooks you can actually just make from scrap metal. So the only vaguely useful thing from the forge are the arrowheads, because by the time you get to the forge, there's a very good chance, unless you get there very early in the game, that you're going to have a hatchet and you're going to have a knife, so you don't need to make improvised ones. So the only thing that the forge is really useful for are arrowheads. But we can make fishing tackle just from scrap metal on a workbench with quality tools. So we can make plenty of fishing tackle. And then what to make the lines from? Gut, I assume. So I think that's our long-term survival strategy. We're going to be fishing a lot. So I think what I've decided to do, I'm going to stick around Mystery Lake for probably the first 30 days of this survival playthrough before I even think about heading to another region. And when we move to another region, I think I'm almost kind of tempted to sort of up sticks and fully move when we do move to another region, to just up sticks and move to that region and take everything with us that we can. So I kind of want to get myself to a position where we've got plenty of our decent clothing, we haven't got to carry raw materials with us. We've used all of our consumables that we have here, so that we can carry everything that we have to the new regions. So that's kind of what I'm thinking, so we don't have to come back. Okay, so we've got that fish. So the next thing I need to do is get that fish cooked. Now the only slight downside, of course, I'm a bit short of fire materials. So what I'm going to do, let us just, as I have a very itchy ear and it just sends a shiver down my spine. We need to get some firewood, so that's what I'm going to do next. I don't think I'm going to have to go too far. You can usually get some pretty okay firewood not too far away from camp office. You just have to be a little bit mindful of the wolves. We've got a bit of, so sunny, we've got a bit of a whiteout going on. I think we can we harvest this? Pretty sure we can. Yep, that's cedar, and that's going to give us a, it's going to take an hour. Not bad. Not bad at all. Now this is something I keep meaning to check, is do things like that regenerate? So that's something to keep an eye on. When we have a storm, I know sticks and things like that do regenerate and you get more of them falling, so... Oh, I was kind of hoping for some sticks, they're branches. Branches you now get 3 sticks from. That actually makes them a little bit more worthwhile gathering. You only used to get 2, now you get 3. That does actually make them a little bit more worthwhile. Oh, and scrub brush as well, which also yields sticks. Okay, I'm not going to worry too much about that, because I'm not too far away from home. Well, actually about 2 yards away. There we go. Okay, so let's get this fish cooked. And we'll get this started. And while we're getting this started, I'm going to say thank you so much for joining me for some more long, dark survival mode. Apologies, this has been a little bit routine, a little bit mundane, but such is the nature of the beast when it comes to survival mode. We're in it for the long haul. We really do want to try and do a really long duration survival with this one. So a lot of this is going to be quite routine. We're going to be doing the same kind of things every time. That went well.
Come on, little fire. Come on.
So I'm kind of trying to get into that routine and that rhythm where I'm kind of starting the day off by getting a fire going for a couple of hours, cooking up water, making hot drinks and things like that to get me out and about. Possibly eating a little bit before I go, but not too much.
That didn't work.
We're not having a good time of this here. This was supposed to be a nice, simple, oh, it's lit, let's carry on, move on to the next thing, but it's just not having it. Getting that fire going right first thing in the morning, getting a hot drink, getting all that stuff before we head out, having a plan where we're going to go, what we're going to do, and then sort of where we're going to end the day. And then making our way back. If we get any food or anything like that, we'll cook that up before we go to bed so that we have plenty of calories on board for sleeping overnight so that we can regenerate our health overnight, which is what we want. Okay, let me cook up this. Oh, I'm not carrying it. I dropped it into the cupboard, didn't I? Hang on. I've got some prepared reishi mushrooms and stuff I've just realised as well, so I need to cook them up. Now, let's get this fish cooking before we do anything else. Only going to take half an hour, so that gives me time to do a few other things, but that's my little routine. That's what we're going to be doing. So we're going to carry on just gathering food, gathering resources. Hopefully we can do some hunting, although do we have a rifle? I genuinely can't remember. I don't think we have actually, do we? Oh yes we do. Yes we do. This is it. I keep getting muddled up between this and my Wintermute playthrough, so yes, we have a rifle, so hopefully we can go and do some hunting. Try and bring down a deer, bring the deer back, and then hopefully that will give us another hide and some more guts and some food. So that's probably going to be what we're going to do next. But right now, thank you so much for joining me for some more Long Dark Survivor mode. Any questions, any comments, please do pop them in the comment section below. Remember to hit the like and subscribe buttons, and as always, I shall see you again very, very soon.